You wake up to a tiny village of 1,000 humans, scaled down to near Lego size, in your living room. What are your plans for them? Porn. Then I come on them all. /cursed comments. I guess if they really had their micro hearts set on living right there in the middle of the floor, I'd have to help them set up a good wall/dome/screen around the village. Something to keep the pets out, anyway. More long term, I'd probably encourage them to colonize the outdoors so they could get some proper agriculture happening. For some reason I'm just assuming they're initially tiny hunter-gatherers, living on pests and crumbs. I took a bit of time to actually think of this. So I would get some decent-sized cardboard box and make an apartment building or use an old bookshelf with many ladders. Then I would give them some mini furniture along with some cut-up old socks for warmth. I would take a few small LEDs and connect them around their new home for lighting and mild warmth. For food I would give them finely diced veggies, bread etc. Now after a while I would build them an actual village outside that was secure enough that nothing could get in, like bugs and animals. Side note, maybe I could teach them to tame some bugs and insects. The insects could get used for food and labor. Finally I would give them dirt and seeds to grow small veggies and harvest sprouts. And after a while they should be able to live almost completely on their own. I might also give them movie nights and connect to older phone close to their village to FaceTime them. And probably make a small freshwater lake with tiny fish. As long as we're on the subject, can you teach me to train some bugs and insects? Create a new world in an unused room that simulates the real world, then send them in groups to different parts of it and watch as they prosper into different cultures with different beliefs and languages. Create a writers guild and get them churning out books and Hollywood blockbusters on the sly while I keep them well fed and happy. Put them in arena and make them fight to the death. Be a Rick Sanchez and use them to power my car. Greater than save they make 1-2 and stop powering your car. What do you do next? Kill them. I am a giant. Thanks to my cats, I'm sure I'd be waking up to a slaughtered village of 1,000 tiny humans. Glad I scrolled before saying exactly this. I have a zoo. 1K Lego-sized humans would stand no chance against my 2 Maine Coons and several others, not to mention the dogs. Release the hounds. I'm gonna be the one to say the elephant in the room something sexual. Macro/microphilia ahoy. Wonder if it would feel good or something letting them crawl on your cock. Firecrackers, after them. Water like a tsunami hit them. After that if there are any living people, FIRE. Put them in a fish tank. If they aren't as advanced like with stones NSHT, I'll keep them in there until they start building ladders. When they climb until of the rim of the tank they see themselves surrounded by water. Just another bigger tank with fish in it. They can't escape. Just to destroy morale I'll grab their leader and drop him/her onto the table, since 5 minutes 12 seconds is like 500 feet for them. Repeat until he or she dies. Actually at that size, they literally cannot fall fast enough to get hurt due to their weight. Well then, if that's the case, I'll take the effort to build a paper airplane and then take their entire colony out to a cliff that overhangs the ocean and tape him/her to the paper airplane and send him/her off. But of course I'll wait till the wind is on my side first before he or she returns back to land. Well, like all my SimCity games, my goal is for them to prosper as much as possible and then turn on disasters to blow it apart when I'm bored and pick up the pieces after. Running a civilization is hard. I'll probably take care of them, and if they can understand me, tell them that they must sacrifice their own in order to feed the beasts, to stop overpopulation. If they don't obey, I send my 4 cats in. They are the horsemen of the apocalypse. Get them into the army and use them as spies, the only logical thing to do. Build them a Lego village. I would probably try to build them stuff and give them things so they'd think of me as their god. Capture them and show them off for a profit. Oh hell yeah brother. Tiny humans. I go and buy a few giant bottles, put a few plants and a few houses with humans in them. Repeat with more bottles and build bridges in between them. Vacuum up those bastards because they're not paying rent. I'll toss them out with the rest of the trash. Ask them to clean the place or get out. Have you been reading my diary? Those are ants. Get the bug spray. The ants are now their pets. They use them to wage war against you. They also now have tunnels throughout your house because ants. What do you do? I cook pasta. Then I throw the boiling water at them. Leave them alone and watch how civilization advances. They use your house as their home. They start to demand food when they realize you're the source. They overpopulate. They refuse to move out. They start to dig. What do you do? Leave them alone, let them feel the consequences of their foolish acts. Run it like a fascist dictatorship. I would introduce them to my bonsai trees and berry bushes. They would be my mini gardeners. Every time a berry grew, it would be a mini feast. I would also get out my Lego set and let them build a couple of houses. In the meantime, I would figure out how intelligent they are. Plans for them? Are you kidding? I have 1,000 tiny guests. My place really needs a good thorough cleaning as I keep an extremely sharp eye on both my cat and my chihuahua while resisting the urge to scoop up said tiny humans because that'd probably freak them the fuck out. I'm trying to be a benevolent titan, put up Bender's commandments and make them sing. Buy 20 Barbie houses and grind up some chicken and give them a bucket of water. Protein. Crunchy protein.